Dexter Longak here, rounding off the Scribby trilogy of games with Ellies, the final game made by Scribby, because Scribby retired after this, which is pretty tragic, because this game was actually like really cool and honestly like quite ahead of its time, sort of, because this game was made like to come out either in 2018, 2020, 2019, or 2021. I could be mistaken because it's been like a couple days since I've watched the really good Fazbear's Return video made by that one YouTuber I haven't looked up the name of yet or again. And this was just me like sort of cherry picking, but also noticing, like especially in the video mainly, where there are some things that were pioneered from these few games. And one thing I forgot to mention was that the Fazbear's Return series was literally a copy of one of my previous number one favorite FNAF fan game series of all time, which will be the last episode. You will see which one it is. You will see what I'm talking about. And actually, you know what? Yeah. So it is pretty interesting and cool for personally for me to know that my favorite fan game series was a ripoff, or was a loosely termed ripoff of one of my previous favorite fan game series. And all I can say about this game is that it's pretty good. Like from what I've done, it's definitely like the best, most high quality game you could play. Like outside of just me being super biased and just enjoying the whole vibe of these games, no matter how bad the quality is. This is the one I definitely would recommend and link to because, or I'm gonna link all these games anyways. But this one I can definitely say without no with 100% confidence and no doubts that you could definitely play this fan game and have a good time. I mean, other things I could compliment the game on is it looks really good. It gives off a more realistic approach to the FNAF aesthetic because it's like there's no metal doors and there's more of like regular doors, office doors, but that you can lock and unlock, but they're just open. So I think it looks like somebody just took off the door with its hinges and stuff. The animatronics are cool. The nurse alligator is pretty cool. It's a nice design. Then there's some returning characters. I think I can't name them specifically. One thing I can say is I don't think Baylor the Spider has made a return. Shout out Baylor the Spider. Pretty cool. First Spider animatronic to be in the FNAF fan games. Could be lying, but at the same time I'm not. And the game has a lot of cool tactics. Like, I think there's I don't know if there's a stress meter, but I know there's a bunch of, you can mess with the computer. Like you got to reset stuff, cool down hard drives or whatever. Just cool little knickknacks. But yeah, overall, the best experience I could say you viewers can have with this set of games made by the creative developer Scribby. My last note will be I also have Scribby the demo game, the early build, and that one's pretty interesting too because it's got a thing called like an investigation and a story mode, and I think each investigation is like a different mode, different night of just doing random tasks, and it all seems pretty interesting. There's not much else to say other than I like it. You'll probably hear that a lot. But to end off this video, all I gotta say is don't ever play a drinking game if you're that tedious and can keep up with my commentaries on praising the FNAF fan games that I'm praising. No, don't play any stupid games like drinking yourself to death because I keep saying stuff like I like this game or I like its aesthetic. But that's the end of Scribby, the fan games. Now my new favorite my number one favorite fan game series of all time. From an amateurish start to a more professional end. And it is pretty inspiring to see that Scribby, like mainly from the C Shift and Austin games, can go from making a poor game like during the beginning or middle around 2015, and then by the end of like September of 2016, could evolve into making a more professional, more high quality built of the games that Scribby was making back then, or Scrubby. Pretty inspiring story from what I could tell, but the least inspiring part is all the dumb drama.